So, assalamu alaikum everyone. So, in the last class, I gave you one task. It's just a searching task that you have to search a thing. Okay, so I gave you the task that you have to search what is gaming CPU and what is normal CPU. You have to search it and you have to tell it. Okay, okay. So, let's see who is there. Okay, Adam. Adam, you can tell me. Where is Adam? Yes, Adam. You can unmute yourself, Adam.
Sir, you unmute me.
No, your voice is coming.
You unmute me.
Yes, you raised the hand. That's why I unmute you.
Oh, by mistake, by mistake.
Okay, okay. Okay, yes, Arhan. Yes, Arhan. Arhan, what are you listening me?
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Arhan, say it. Your voice is coming.
The gaming computer is more expensive than the normal computer.
Okay. Good. That's good. Yes. Anyone else? Anyone else wants to say something? You just have to share your thoughts. Okay? You don't have to send me anything. You don't have to write anything. You just have to say this thing to me. Okay? Very good, Arhan. That's great. Amin Mazin. Yes, Amin? Amin, you raise the hand. You can unmute yourself now.
By mistake.
Okay. Okay. So, no one else search this thing? Can anybody search this thing?
I
If you
search.
search you search it?
Search.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you find?
Gaming CPU is most expensive than the CPU and its biggest difference usually comes down to the CPU.
Ah, good. That's good. So, two
And
students. Yes. Okay. Okay. Wait a second. Uh, it's Amin. Okay. Yes. Yes. Amin Mazin, you can say it. Say complete your sentence, please.
its biggest difference usually comes down to the CPU used by each type of machine. Nearly every computer calling itself a workshop will have a powerful CPU, but CPU workshop often use processors which are optimized for parallel processing, not for gaming especially.
Okay, that's good. You also search it. That's nice. Okay, yes, Jibrail.
Sir, my answer is when we buy the gaming PC and we buy the normal PC. In the gaming PC, we can play the high quality games like GTA, Minecraft, PUBG, every game. And
Okay.
in PC, we can only play some games. Sometimes that happens. We try to play Minecraft in a normal PC, but that not work. In gaming
Okay.
PC, we can play
Okay.
Minecraft.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah. Yes, yeah. Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
The mainframe isn't the biggest computer. Only in this time it's the biggest computer. In
Okay.
the future, they might invent a bigger computer, and thousands of people can use them.
Okay. Rajatava. Yes, Rajatava. You can unmute yourself.
Sir, the gaming CPU is faster than the normal CPU.
Good. That's great. They are very much faster. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Very good. That's nice. Okay. So, Amrayman. Yes, Amrayman.
Sir, I only want to tell you that
Okay.
do you mean a graphics?
Yes, graphic. You can tell us about the graphic. Okay. You can tell us about the graphic. Yes, gaming
Question
computer
a
has
minute.
more graphic power.
Graphic processing unit, do you mean it?
Yes, it's a GPU. It's a graphic processing unit. It's like a CPU, but it's a GPU. Graphic card is also called as the GPU.
Okay, so a
Okay.
GPU is a single chip processor that's used chiefly to manage and enhance video and graphics performance.
Okay. So Amr said one technical answer. That's good, Amr. Everyone
Also,
go.
I have
Yes.
found on a CPU. The CPU is an essential part of a computer. CPU
Okay.
reviews and processes the computer's data.
Okay. 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 That's good. Thank you, Amr. Thank you, Amr Rahman. Okay, that's so very nice. Okay, Umar Mahmood. Umar Muhammad. Yes, please, Umar Muhammad.
The gaming PC, you can play it games, and the normal
Okay.
PC you can also play, but it can glitch on you.
Okay. Okay. Abdul Rahman Hussain. Abdul Rahman Hussain. You can unmute
Sir,
yourself.
sir, when I search this, it's come like Arhan.
Okay.
The
Can you repeat?
gaming CPU is more expensive than the normal computer.
Yes,
This come with me.
they are expensive. Okay. Mohannad. Yes, Mohannad. Yes, Mohannad.
Sir, I found the CPU have many uses. The CPU it's a brain of the computer and program
No, no.
many.
Asking about the gaming CPU and the normal CPU. Tell any one difference. Only one. Not all. Tell anyone.
The gaming CPU it show us the games
Okay.
like Fortnite, Free Fire,
Okay.
PUBG,
Okay. Okay.
and
Okay. Very good, Mohannad. Albaradori.
Sir, you unmute me, sir.
Okay. Uh,
Yes, sir.
okay. Okay. Albaradori. Where it is? Yes, Albara. Albaradori, you can unmute yourself now.
So the difference between a normal PC and a gaming PC is that a gaming PC has higher processing speeds,
Good. That's great.
while normal PCs might be like might glitch a little bit, or
Oh,
and
that's
it
great.
might glitch, and also its graphics could be better. The gaming PC.
Very good. Okay. Very good, Albara. Ahmad Mabruk. Ahmad Mabruk. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. In norm in normal PC, in normal PC, in gaming PC we play different games like
Okay.
PUBG, Roblox,
Okay.
and many different.
Okay.
But in
Okay.
normal PC doesn't have high speed like gaming.
Yes, we can play games on the normal PC, but it doesn't have a speed. Okay.
Yes,
That's good.
like
Okay. Okay. Yes, Soleh. Soleh also this. Yes, Soleh.
the gaming PC is stronger than the normal PC because some games are strong and the normal PC can't handle some games. But the
Yes.
gaming PC is stronger. It
Good.
can handle every game.
Yes, that's good. Very well
oh,
done.
me.
Very well done. Very well done. Very well done. That's good. That's great. That's very great. So Arhan, Amin, Jibrail, Ayad. Let me show it again. I write the names there. Arhan, Amin, Jibrail, Ayad, Rajatava, Amrayman, Umar Muhammad, Abdul Rahman, Albara, Dori, Ahmad, Soleh. Okay. All these give the answer for the question on which you have to just see it on the screen. You just have to search the thing and tell me the thing. Very good. Very good, everyone. Okay. So the gaming PC, the basic difference between the gaming PC and the CPU is that you can run any game on the gaming PC. Okay, on the gaming CPU, you can easily run every game because they are designed for the graphics. They have much graphics and processing power. They are fast than the normal PC. You can play games also on the normal PC, but graphic processing unit or GPU or graphic card is more faster than that. Okay, it is the same like a car. For example, one car is small, one car is big. So one car will go fast and one car will go slow. Both of them are car. Okay, but one will go fast and one will go slow. In this way, they will be different. All of them are computer, but they are different in terms of graphics. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so now we are going to start our chapter. It's about the CPU. The CPU stands for the Central Processing Unit. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. Okay, so let's start. Everybody open the page number 19. Everybody open the page number 19. On the page number 19, we have the CPU. The central processing unit is the brain of the computer. Okay, why don't we call it a brain? We are just saying it because humans has brain and computer has CPU. We think from brain. Computer thinks from CPU. We thinks from brain. Computer think from CPU. So CPU is the brain of computer. We remember everything in our brain. For example, if I ask you your name, you will tell your name in less than a second. Okay, if I ask your father name, if I ask your brother name, if I ask you your favorite game, you will tell me the answer in less than 1 second. Why? Because all that information is stored in your brain. In the same way, when you click on any game, when you click on any video, when you click on any song, or when you click on any picture in the computer, it will be open in a second. Why? Because it is in the brain of computer. It is in the brain of computer. For example, if I ask you what is your favorite color, you will say this answer in a 1 second. Why? Because your favorite color is saved in your mind. Your favorite color is saved in your brain. In the same way, for example, when you click on any game in the computer, it will start running. Why it will start running? Because it's in the brain of the computer. That's why it's running. Okay. Now everyone will listen. Right now, so many students raise the hand. If you guys have any question, then you guys raise the hand. Otherwise, you can lower your hand. Okay. Right now, I am not taking any. I am not asking any question. If you guys have any question, then you guys can raise your hand. I will take your question and give you the answer. Okay. So the CPU, the full form is Central Processing Unit. For example, if I ask you this question in the class, what question? Okay, I will ask that thing. Let's suppose I ask, what is the full form of CPU? So everyone will have to write the CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It's a Central Processing Unit. Okay, so CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. Okay, CPU is the hand of computer. CPU is the head of computer. CPU is the heart of computer. CPU is the brain of computer. CPU is the brain. Why it is not the heart? Because computer thinks from the CPU. Okay, heart is important, but the thinking and the decisions are done by the brain. So that's why CPU is the brain. Okay, everybody understand this thing? Everybody understand this thing?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that's great. Okay, okay. Amin Mazin, you want to say something? You have a question? What is your question?
What's the full form of GPU?
What is the full form of GPU? GPU stands for graphical or graphic processing unit. It's a graphical or graphic processing unit. Okay. GPU
Okay.
is a technical name of a graphic card. It's a technical name of a graphic card. When we say we are going to purchase the graphic card, okay, or we put the graphic card so that we can play the big games. So the graphic card is also called as the GPU. It's a graphical processing unit or a graphic processing unit. Understand? I mean,
Okay.
okay. So Anas is asking what page? Anas, we are at the page number 19. We are at the page number 19. Okay. So, Ahmad Mabruk, what is your question, Ahmad Mabruk?
What is my question?
No, you raised the hand. I am asking. I am asking. What is your question? You
Oh,
raised the hand.
I raised my hand because I wanted. Uh, this was what by accident.
Ah,
Remember
okay, okay,
when we?
okay, okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, no issue. It's okay. It's okay, Ahmad. Okay, Adam, what is your question? Adam,
Sir,
yes.
I don't have a question. I only want to say a thing about CPU gaming and CPU. You
Okay,
don't give me a chance.
okay, okay. Sure, sure. You can say it now.
The gaming CPU has most processing than the normal CPU, and
Yes.
the gaming CPU have, for example, 120 FPS,
Good.
but the normal CPU have less than 100
Good.
FPS.
Good. It's not 100. It's less than that. Okay, but you are right. Technically, you are right. Good. Very good, Adam. It means you search it. That's great. Okay, let me tell that point which Adam said. Let me ask a question from Hatem. Yes, Hatem, what is your question?
Sir, open page number was this and listen you.
Page number 19. We are at the page number 19.
Okay.
Okay, yes, Arhan, what is your question, Arhan? Yes, what is your question, Arhan? Okay, so Adam said that the gaming CPUs have a power of 120 FPS. Okay, 120 FPS. The word FPS means frames per second. FPS stands for frames per second. What that thing is, I will tell you this thing because if I am going to explain FPS, then it will take much time and our lesson will be remaining. First, we will cover the lesson, then I will tell you about the FPS thing. But Adam find out the best technical point. Everyone find out the best one, but this is also the good one, the FPS one. Okay. So now the full form of the CPU is the central processing unit. Now moving towards the next, the computer cannot function without it. Okay. Amin Mazin. Amin, you write on the screen. I told you don't write anything on the screen. Okay, let me. This is not a right thing to do this. Okay, this is not a good thing to do it. I told this thing 100 times. You are asking for a question which is right now not there. Okay, the question is right now not there. We didn't discuss that thing which what you are asking. Okay, Amin, ask those questions. The topic which we are studying right now. Don't ask me those questions which are away, okay, or on the next pages. Because if I am going to explain those topics, then who will learn these points? The point which we are discussing. Okay, I mean, did you understand this thing?
Okay.
Okay. Don't write anything. You send the message in the chat. I gave you the answer. Then why you write on the screen? You send the message in the chat and I gave you the answer. You sent the message, sir, I have a question, and then I took your question in the class. If you want to ask anything, you can type in the chat. Don't write on the screen. Okay, do you understand this thing?
Yes.
Okay, so now the computer cannot function without it. The computer cannot function without it. Okay, for example, if some person's brain is not working, that person become mad because that person cannot decide what he or she wants to do because the brain of that person is not working. In the same way, the computer cannot function. The computer cannot work. The work function means the word function means working. Computer cannot work. Computer cannot work. The function means the work. The computer cannot do the function without the CPU. The computer cannot do the work without the CPU because it doesn't have a memory. Okay, if CPU is not there, then computer cannot work because it will not show you anything because it doesn't have any memory. Anything is nothing is there. The computer cannot function without the CPU. Computer cannot function without the CPU. The CPU controls and processes all the information in the computer. The CPU controls and processes. There are two things in there. The CPU controls, and the second thing is the CPU processes. The first thing is CPU controls, and the other thing is CPU processes. CPU processes. So there are two things. The CPU controls and CPU processes all the information in the computer. Yes, I mean, what is your question?
What's the difference between computer and laptop?
What is the difference between computer and laptop? There are so many differences. Okay, the first basic difference is the of size. The basic difference between the computer and the laptop. Okay, the question you are asking is directly not related to the topic, but I am also giving you the answer. The basic difference between this laptop and the computer is of size. The first difference, and then the speed. Then the second difference is of speed. Then the third difference is of graphic, and then the fourth difference is of memory. Okay, then there are so many other things. So there are so many differences in the laptop and the computer. Understand, Amin Mazen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Adam, what is your question, Adam?
Sir, what is the shape or the size or what the shape or size of the CPU?
Ah, the shape and the size. Okay. I add some of the pictures there. I add some of the pictures in the lesson. I add some of the pictures in the lesson. I also show you that the CPU is actually very small. The big CPU you see on the right side or on the left side of your computer, it's very much big in shape, but inside it there is very small chip. I will show you the picture in this lesson when I reach at the last slide, last or the second last slide. I will tell you this thing. Yes, Jibrail, what is your question? Jibrail Amin, what is your question?
Sir, my question is, the gaming laptop and the gaming PC are both are same or not?
Okay, gaming laptop and gaming PCs. Okay, they are very much near to each other. They are very much near to each other. But remember one thing: gaming PCs and gaming laptops, they are near to each other, but they are not same because the gaming laptops are very much expensive. Okay, gaming laptops because they are small and they have much power than the normal laptops. Gaming laptops have more power than the normal laptop, but first they are very much expensive. Secondly, they have more graphic card than the normal laptops, but they are near to the gaming PCs, but they are not equal to the gaming PCs. Okay, so the CPU controls and processes all the information. The word controls means it can controls all the information. For example, information is in the form of video, information is in the form of picture, information is in the form of document. So it can control everything and process it. How it can process it? For example, we click on any file, then it will show you or open the program for you. The CPU controls. Okay, how control? It will manage the things. It will manage the things and control the things with the help of you, with the help of us, and process all the information in the computer. When we click on any item, on any folder, on any file, then the CPU starts processing. If we didn't click on anything, it will not do anything. Okay, for example, we are not touching keyboard, we are not touching mouse. Will computer work? No, it will not process anything. Why it will not process anything? Because it cannot do itself. The computer need us. Computer need humans. That's why it need us. And then they will start processing when we do some work. Okay, so the CPU controls and processes all the information in the memory. It can also control the information, that the information will not lost, information will be stay there. Okay, so that whenever you need the information, it will be available. Okay, now let me clear the screen. It also directs and control the flow of information out of the computer. It also directs. The word directs means, okay, there's a word directs means, okay, direct means point out or giving some directions. It also gives direction and control. Who gives the direction? The CPU gives the direction and controls to the flow of information out of the computer. How the flow of computer information is coming out of a computer in the form of printed or in the form of uh, visual. Okay. Okay. So Amin Mazin is saying my laptop did not have a CPU, but I have a gaming CPU. Okay. The gaming CPU is consist of the graphic card. Okay, so it's good. Difference of PC and laptop, I told this one. Yes, Fadi. Fadi, I told the answer for the PC and laptop. I gave the answer for the PC and the laptop. That what is the difference? Someone asked me the question and I gave the answer of this one. Okay. So, yes, Fadi, I can see your message. Okay. So, Abdul Rahman Hussain. Yes, please. What is your question, Abdul Rahman Hussain? Someone joins the class right now. Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes. Say your question, please.
Computer cannot function without CPU?
Yes, it cannot function without CPU.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay. 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 So computer CPU give direction to the information out of the computer. For example, when you click on the paper and you print it, then you give the command to computer and computer prints the paper, gave the directions to the printer to print the paper. Okay, so in this way CPU gives the direction. Okay, and also control the devices. CPU control the devices. Will your printer, will your paper come out of speaker? No, paper will come out from the printer. Will your song, when you hear the song, will your song? No, you will hear the song or listen the song from the speaker. So CPU is managing the output. CPU gives you the screen. See, show you the screen. You will see the visual on the screen. CPU manage the output of uh, audio on speaker. CPU manage the output of the printed paper on the printer. Okay, so CPU is managing and giving directions to the different devices like printer, like speaker, like screen. And CPU is also managing keyboard and mouse, because if CPU didn't understand the keyboard and mouse, then how you will give order to the CPU or give instruction to the CPU to give command to the CPU. So in this way, CPU giving directions to the different devices and control these devices and give you the information from outside the computer through in the form of speaker, in the form of printer, in the form of visual. The word visual means the things you can see but cannot touch. Okay, the things you can see but cannot touch is a visual form. Okay, so let's move towards the next one. Though, so the CPU is housed on a single chip called the microprocessor. So normally you see the big, normally you see the big box, the big box placed on the left or the right side of your computer. That big box is normally known as or called as the CPU, but that big box is called as the system unit. Okay, because the CPU is very much small. The CPU is very much small. CPU is just a single chip. CPU is just a small single chip which is housed, okay, which is housed inside this big box. The name of that single chip is a microprocessor. The name of that chip is a microprocessor. Yes, Arhan, what is your question? Arhan, Hatim. Yes, Hatim. What is your question, Hatim?
Sir, sir, what mean house?
What means
What mean house?
housed? Here, the word. Okay, you live in house. We all live in house. Okay, house. It's just a house. Okay, it's a home. See, it's a home. House. HOUSE. It's just a house. House means home. So CPU. Okay, this box is a home of CPU. That's why it is housed. Okay, Amin Mazen. Yes, Amin Mazen. What is your question?
Where is the microprocessor is located?
I will show you. I will show you in the next slide, I think. Okay. Wait a second. Adam, what is your question, Adam? Mohannad? Yes, Mohannad, what is your question?
Sir, what means science ship?
Sorry, what is mean what?
Science ship.
Single?
Sir,
Single
sir,
chip?
my question.
Single ship, yeah.
Ah, single chip. It means that only one chip. One chip. I will show you the chip. I will show you the chip. Okay. I will show you the chip right now on the next or the next screen. I will show you. Okay. So the CPU, this box is a home or a house for the CPU. The CPU is based on a single chip, and that chip is known as the microprocessor. The word micro means small. Now, here you see. If everyone see the picture on my screen, if everyone see the picture on my screen, so this is the CPU. This is the complete box. This is the complete box. If you see, this is a box. This is a complete box. Okay. But where is CPU? It's a single chip. This is a single chip. The small chip. This one. This one is the microprocessor. This is your CPU. This is your CPU. This is your CPU, your i3, i5, i7. All these are of that much small size. Okay. So this is the CPU. It's a central processing unit. This chip is controlling this complete CPU. This chip or this CPU is controlling this complete big box. And the name of this thing, the name of this board is a motherboard. It's a motherboard. What is motherboard? This one in the green. Okay, let me draw it. This board, the board on which the CPU is placed, the board on which the CPU is placed, this one is the motherboard, and this one is the CPU. It's a microprocessor. The word micro means small. The word micro means small. Word micro means small. Okay. Word micro means small. Okay. Hatem asked a question about housed. Okay. I took the answer for this. Okay. So Albaradori. Albaradori ask a question that what are the directions? These are the directions. For example, when we click on any file, okay, on the audio file or on the song, when we click on any song, okay, who will tell the speaker to play the song? CPU tell the speaker to play the song. CPU give directions to the speaker. Okay, CPU give the order to the speaker to give the output to the human. The instructions which are given to the persons is given by the CPU towards the speaker. We click on song. We give command to computer. Computer, the CPU take a command and CPU send this song to the speaker and we listen the song. In this way, they will give the command. Where is the where is the microprocessor located? Amin Mazen asked. So microprocessor is located on the motherboard. It's located on the motherboard. See, in this picture it's there. Okay, so right now the period is over. We will continue this picture. We will continue this lesson from this picture again. Okay, we will continue this picture this lesson from this picture again. First, I will show you this picture and then we will start. Everybody understand this thing? Everybody understand this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
There is a small
Yes.
assignment for you in the assignment section. There is a small assignment for all of you. Everybody do the assignment. We will meet in the
Sir,
next class, inshallah. Okay.